So I'll be revealing to you this my secret strategy that I've been keeping for a while. So with this strategy, you can able to cash very high rewarding trade, grow a small account with very small or minimal risks as possible. Alright, so this strategy works for the forex market, it works for VX75, it works for all indices. Now we are going to do a review. This was one of the signals that I gave based on this trade. This is just a screenshot of it, right? And you can see currently price has moved right down to this zone here, and I'm expecting the price to move here. Alright, so how do I do my analysis? That's what we'll be looking at in the next few minutes. Okay traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, Nasdaq, VIX75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out. Now looking at our bear charts right here, now we can see normally we were initially in an uptrending market, right? So initially we're in the uptrending market here. You can see how price was creating higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so this is a bigger time frame. I will show you how to catch this entry in smaller time frame until when price came to this zone here and created what we call triple top, right? You can see this is the first top, we have the second top, we have the third top, which is kind of a reverse up pattern. Alright, this major patterns are so necessary because it gives you a clue of where the price could possibly be moving to, whether the price is going to reverse or it's going to continue the trend, right? So this pattern already tells us what price is going to be reversing. Alright, so from here now we start looking at what our market structure. Okay, from here now what happened? We now see price start creating what? Lows. It creates lows and it start creating lower lows and lower highs. Now you can see from here we have what we call the previous low, right? So if you look at this zone here, you are going to realize that we have this place. This is what we call the previous low. This was the support zone that was created here after price created. So this was the high that led to this higher high, this high that was created here that led to this higher high. So from this high, price moved up. For price to continue, you know, to be able to continue this uptrend, this zone is not supposed to be violated. So this zone is not supposed to be break. So price has to continue creating high. It comes back, it creates a new high. But what happened? It failed to create a new high here. It came again. The third time still failed to create another high, creating what we call a triple top pattern. But what instead happened? Price moved down and broke this zone. So when it broke this zone here, it already showed us that the trend of the market has changed. So now we want to be looking for sell setups. Now in looking for sell setup, we have to be looking at when price pulls back. We need to see pullbacks and reversal. Okay, and now if you look at it very well, you are going to see that what price has now started creating what we call lower lows and then lower highs, right? Creates lower low, creates a lower high, creates a lower low. Okay, so if you look at it now, you could see that for yourself, right? And you see that now currently price from this lower low here, price moved back to create a new lower high. And what happened next? Most probably price will be creating what? A new lower low. Okay, so that's basically what we are looking at here. So we see this is it, because price actually moves in swings when it comes to what creating trend of a market. Okay, now already having said, we already know now where we are going to be looking for our sell setups. Okay, because basically it's better when price pulls back, and then you know that whenever it creates this pullback, we always have an impulsive move. Whenever it creates a pullback, we have an impulsive move. All right, now what happened here is that what we extend this line. So we extend this zone here. You can see that from here we had a support zone that was broken here, and price already came back and started facing rejection around the zone here. So price actually created a new low. You see this long move here with a lot of momentum. Price was actually reversing and catching its breath. From here now, we already know that we are looking for our sell setup. So that's why we gave the signal when price was still here. So we are actually expecting price to move, right? Though this is how the signal was. The sell signal was like this. It was around here. Okay, if you look at it very well, that's where it was. Price moved, though it did not fully execute it because it was a little bit high. All right, so I'll show you why it was like that. Okay, now we now drop towards smaller time frames where we are going to be taking our trades, because we are seeing price pulling up to our zone. So we are expecting price to make it to our zone, and what happened? We have to pick our trend lines and then we identify our zones as well, so that we should know where to be taking our immediate entries. Okay, so if you connect like that, we are going to be waiting for price to move. Okay, and now I actually had to connect the low zone according to what we had on the screenshot. So it was connected like this. Okay, it was connected like this, right? And actually we had this as a liquidity grab scenario. For those who have watched my strategies on the bank strategy, the span money concept, you know exactly why this long candlestick closed below here and still close above here, and see why price got rejected. Okay, so what happened now? Price moved. Now I was expecting price to move up and hit this upper trend line here. All right, I was expecting price to move here, so that's why we placed a sell limit order right up here. We placed a sell limit order up here, and our stop loss was above there, and then our initial target was here at this previous low here. Right, so actually price moved up and did not make it to that zone, but it actually moved as it was predicted. So if you look at it very well, it moved, and when it came to this trend line, it still got rejected. You can see this long wick candle to indicate that this trend line was still holding. So this was just a smart money concept ideology here. Right, so price got rejected and moved up back. But what happened if you had executed this trade? It means you would have moved down, right? But now if you get the concept, most often it's going to move up like this and it's going to get executed. So if you understand the concept, you are still going to apply it in many trades and you're going to win most of the trades. Now you see that what happened, price moved and what it moved down, and finally it came down. After this rejection, it came back and broke out. And if it broke out like that, there could still be a possibility of a short, right, for those who trade aggressively. Alright, so you could possibly be shorting again for those people who trade aggressively, and then our stop loss above there, and they will still be targeting the zone here. Remember, from our analysis, we have this to be what the previous low. Okay, this is the previous low that we have here at the main time. Okay, we have this as a previous low, meaning that if price rejects up there, right, as price rejects up here, there's a possibility that this trade could still move right down to this zone here. So meaning that we'll have to be risking just this little portion. Alright, as swing traders, right, as a swing trader, you can be targeting this zone right here, which is the previous low. Alright, but as day traders, I already showed you the initial trade. The initial trade was what? Was somewhere around here, and was based on that, and that would still be a good win. Okay, that could have still possibly been a good win there. Alright, but as swing traders, we could still be expecting price to move right down here if you have the patience to stay for days, weeks for the trade to run. Okay, basically you see that happened. Now for those people who entered at breakout, you can see enter at this breakout and then you see target this previous low here. Right, target this previous low here. We target this previous low here. That's still the first trade. Now you see that price came and broke out. Now what happened? This indication was that what price is now most likely going to go back and then retest this zone up. So you could still go back here and retest this zone here and finally move down. When it comes here, it's going to face a little bit of resistance again. It can face a little bit of resistance, go a little bit, gather momentum and break. And when it breaks, it will likely make it to this zone down here. So basically that is how simple it is. That's simple how you can do your analysis like this and you get very good entry setups. I've showed you how to take this trade based on day trading, how to take it based on what swing. You can do this analysis and take this as a swing trade, or you could possibly have been taking what these small trades here. You pick this trade here, you exit here, you wait at this breakout, you enter here, you exit here, it comes and retest, you can still enter here, right? You can still enter here. If it comes and retest, you can still place your pending order there, and then you place your stop loss somewhere above there. You still exit here if you don't want to be greedy, right? Or in both cases, you are going to get good risk to reward ratio of at least 1:4, 1:5. Alright, risking just this small portion to get very huge return. And even if it moves and hit your stop loss, you see that it's going to be very minimal to your account size, right? So that's basically how simple this strategy is. Remember, you can use it in any market. I just use EuroCAD as an example, but you can use it in VIX 75, trading all Forex pairs, Nasdaq, indices, whatever, because it's a price action strategy and it works for all markets. And equally, it's factor. You can use it in any time frame. For the fact that it works in the H1 time frame, you can work in the 5 minutes, in the daily, in the weekly, monthly, whatever time frame, because the market is factor. What works in any time frame can work in the other time frame. So basically that's it. So we were simply doing what? And analyzing what? Identifying major patterns like this. Okay, we are just taking a recap. Major patterns like this. We identify the swing of the market. All right, we identify this market structure. Is it in an uptrend, in a downtrend? We identify the phase. Is it in a pullback? Has it pulled back? All right, we simply use our trend lines and our support and resistance zone to get our immediate entries. All right, so we look at support zones like this to place as our targets, and when we enter our trades, our stop losses are both candlesticks like this. All right, and then we'll have this as our targets. We either enter and we
as day traders, or we enter and we target bigger zones like swing traders. So in both ways you are going to make money. So it's just as simple as that, guys. So if you find this video helpful, just make sure that you subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell, so that whenever I post a new video, you are going to get notified.